Well, hi there, everybody. We've got the first place Philadelphia Athletics here in Washington, D.C., taking on the Senators. Senators are at 8-11 at the very bottom. Athletics at 12-8 are living life high, though they they lost their most recent game. They're up on St. Louis by 1. You got Cleveland and Boston 1.5 back, and the Tigers 2 back, the lowly Highlanders 3 back. So let's see what the Athletics have here in store for us today. Is Jimmy Collins. He rolls a 41 for a 28. That's going to be ground over to McBride at short, goes to first, one away. Danny Murphy now rolls 14 for a 43. Fly ball to left. Gainley there with it, 2 gone. And here's Topsy Hartzell, another fly ball to left, and Gainley's got that. We go bottom of the first. Otis Clymer up there for the Senators, and his roll, 63 for a 31. Fly ball center field, Oldring's got it, 1 gone. George McBride rolls a 51 for a 9. That's a single over short. Runner on at first base now for the Senators, and it's Jim Delahanty who's coming up. The question, what do we do here with McBride? Do we want to do anything with him, run with him? Probably not. Delahanty hitting 333. Now, in real life, they would bunt here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. He rolls a 51 for an 8. Delahanty does. That's a ground ball to Collins. Jimmy goes to first, and the runner McBride moves up to second. 2 gone, and here's Bill Shipka. Shipka rolls a 43 for a 29. That's a ground ball over to Davis, who flips over to Vickers, covering at the bag. We go to the top of the second inning, and it's Harry Davis for the Athletics. He rolls a 45 for a 14 and walks. Walk given up by Bill Burns. Bill 3-1 so far this season. 4 walks, 14 strikeouts, 3.50 ERA, and a 250 batted against average. Rube Oldring now, and that's a 66, so that will increase that ERA probably. Next roll is a 42 for a 6. Here comes the possible increase to a home run. You saw it yourself. It's an 11. And let's see that second roll. It's a 36. So that's going to be a home run by Rube Oldring. And that makes this quickly a 2-0 game. Up now is Eddie Collins. Eddie Collins comes up, 2-0 Athletics. Only 1 hit for Philadelphia so far. Collins, 297, has a 432 slugging percentage, rolls a 13 for a 14, takes his base and a walk. So Bill Burns really struggling up there, and here's Schreckenghost. This is where we start thinking about bunting. Nobody out, might as well. And the roll's a 53 for a 20, and that's a good bunt over to the right side. Freeman has it and throws over to Delahanty, who is covering the bag, and he just plumb drops the ball. You know how it was back then. They had those little finger mitts, right? And so that one went in and out, and no way that that play could be completed. Now there's runners on at first and second for the Athletics, and it's Simon Nichols, and he's going to bunt too. And this one's a 44 for an 8. That means it's a good bunt back to Burns, and he throws over to first base to Delahanty, who catches the ball this time. 1 away, and it's Rube Vickers. Vickers so far this season hitting 118 and 1 RBI. Let's see if he can get 1 or 2 more. He rolls a 52 for a 27. That's a ground ball to third base. Shipka has it on to first. Nobody can move up. 2 gone. Here's Jimmy Collins. Collins rolls a 21 for a 30. He got it out of the infield, but not far enough. That's a fly to Gainley. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Gabby Street. Gabby Street rolls a 46 for a 29. Comebacker over to Vickers. Goes to first. 1 away. Jerry Freeman now for the Senators. Rolls a 21 for a 30. It's a fly to Hartzell and left. 2 gone. Clyde Milan now rolls a 22 for an 8. So that's a fly ball center field. Oldring has it. We go to the top of the third inning. 2-0 for Philadelphia. Danny Murphy will lead this off, and he rolls a 26 for a 27. It's a ground ball to Shipka on the left side, goes to first, and there's 1 away. Topsy Hartzell now rolls a 56 for a 34. It's a pop-up shortstop. McBride has that one, 2 away. Harry Davis, the batter, rolls a 64 for a 41, changed to 36. That's the ball, pretty easy. Rolls a 52 for a 27. Ground ball, third base, and it's going to be Shipka who throws to first. And we go to the bottom of the third inning, fast-playing game, fast-moving game. Bob Gainley rolls a 31 for a 9, singles, but then is caught stealing. 1 away. Here is Bill Burns, the pitcher. 54 is the roll, 45 the result. Fly ball to Murphy and right, 2 gone. Here's Otis Clymer. He rolls a 12 for a 24. Ground ball over to short. It's Nichols who has it on to first. We go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 Athletics. Only 1 hit so far for Philadelphia. And Rube Oldring rolls a 26 for a 27. That's hit to Shipka at third, on to first, 1 away. Eddie Collins now, 52 for a 27. Same results. I'm sorry, that's hit to Shipka again. 2 gone. Aussie Schreckenghost, 65 for a 35. That's a pop-up this time to the right side. Freeman has it. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's George McBride. He rolls a 34 for a 44. Fly ball center field. Oldring has it. 1 away. Jim Delahanty rolls a 12 for a 24. That's going to be a ground out over to Nichols, who goes to first. 2 gone. Bill Shipka rolls a 24 for a 13. That'll be a strikeout. We go to the top of the 5th. So we've had the 1908 games with lots of hits, and then we have games like this every once in a while. Here's Simon Nichols. Bill Burns has only given up a single hit, and it was a home run. Nichols rolls a 31 for a 14, and that's a walk. And here comes Rube Vickers, and we'll have Rube bunt. Rolls a 61 for a 13. That's a foul strike. And it's a 66 for a 6. So we wasted what would have been a big hit. Instead, that's a bunt to Shipka, the third baseman, who throws to Delahanty covering at the bag. So Vickers gets the job done. And here's Jimmy Collins with 1 out, 2 chances for Philadelphia to drive in the insurance run. And the roll's a 36 for a 33. It's a pop-up over to short, and McBride has it, 2 away. Here's Danny Murphy. Murphy so far today 0 for 2. He rolls a 25 for an 8, and that's a comebacker over to Burns, who goes to first. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, kind of a quiet game, and it's Gabby Street, who rolls a 64 for a 22, changed to 17. That's a fly ball to right field. Murphy has it, 1 away. Jerry Freeman rolls a 54 for a 45. That's back to Murphy again in right, 2 gone. And it's Clyde Milani rolls a 14 for a 43. Here's the little E roll. It's a 55. Out of the range. That's a fly ball over to Hartzell and left, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Still only 3 hits so far in this game. Topsy Hartzell rolls a 41 for a 28. It's a grounder over to McBride on to first, 1 away. Harry Davis rolls a 33 for a 0, and the next rolls a 63 for a 6. There's a chance to make this a home run, but it won't happen. That's a double there for Harry Davis to right center field. That'll bring up Rube Oldring, runner on at second base, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Rube rolls a 53 for a 15. That's going to be a pop fly over to left field, and Gainley's under it, and he just plumb drops it, and it falls to the ground. Davis stays at second, and that'll bring up Eddie Collins. Runners on at first and second. Collins has walked once, grounded out to Shipka, and looking to do a little bit of damage here. So we'll play him straight up on offense. Collins rolls a 22 for a 7, and that's a single to left field, and that will score 1. Oldring goes to third. And now the Athletics really are in business. 3-0 the score. And here's Aussie Schreckengost. Aussie rolls a 52 for a 27. That's a ground ball over to Shipka. He will go to Delahanty for 1. They go on to Freeman at first for the double play, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. But the damage has been done. It's 3-0 for Philadelphia. They only have 3 hits. Bob Gainley now facing Rube Vickers, and he rolls a 13 for a 14 and walks. Vickers number 20, walk number 20, this season. See if I can get my English right. That'll bring up Bill Burns, and this is kind of the sad point where you have to bunt. But you don't want to play 1 run right here, and that's a bad bunt over to the left side. It's Collins who has it on to Nichols. They get the lead runner, and Burns now is on at first base. That sticks the Senators with a slow runner on at first base, 1 away for Otis Clymer. He rolls a 54 for a 45. There is that little E roll. It's a 46 out of the range. Fly ball to right field. Murphy has it, and there are 2 away. Here's George McBride. He rolls a 35 for a 39, change to 41, and that's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop, and that's, let's see, who rolled that one? It's a ground ball to Nichols, who flips over to Eddie Collins. It says runner out at second base has been injured. Let's see here. See if I can remember who that is. That's going to be Gainley. I'm sorry, it's going to be Burns, who's been injured. And so we go to the top of the 7th inning, and Burns, who has been pitching so well, is going to be taken out. I do want to comment and say that both these teams actually have quite a few pitchers. We're seeing more pitchers here than we saw in 1949 if you watched yesterday's game. I had to keep the Athletics pitcher in the full game in that one because there was literally nobody put in. Here's Henry Gehring, who's going to be the relief pitcher for Washington up against Simon Nichols. And Nichols rolls a 35 for a 13. That's a strikeout for Gehring. His first action here in 1908. And here's Rube Vickers. Vickers rolls a 16 for a 28. Ground ball to McBride. Goes to first. 2 gone. And here's Jimmy Collins. Collins rolls a 63 for a 30. Fly ball left field. It's Gainley who has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Jim Delahanty here for Washington. Roll is a 34 for a 44. Fly ball, center field. Oldring has it. 1 gone. Shipka now rolls a 34 for a 44. Same fly ball, same place. Oldring has it again. 2 away. Gabby Street, he rolls a 45 for a 14, and that'll be a walk, and that brings up Jerry Freeman with the runner on at first. The roll is a 51 for a 9, and that's a little infield hit that'll send Street to second. And here's Clyde Milan. So hit number 3 for the Senators. They might have something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see. The roll is a 45 for a 14. Vickers gives up another walk. Walk number 22 he's given up. And here's Bob Gainley, bases loaded. And he rolls a 24 for a 13. That's the second strikeout that Vickers has collected, and we go to the top of the 8th. Danny Murphy up there for Washington rolls a 53 for a 16. Change to 19. That's going to be an error on Shipka, and he is able to go to first. Runner on at first is Murphy. Not much speed, but with that 11. So we are going to try hit and run. Let's see what happens. The roll is a 16 for a 26. It's a good hit and run ground ball over to Delahanty, and the second baseman goes to first with it. No play on Murphy going to second. One gone. Here's Harry Davis. Davis rolls a 33 for a 0. And the next roll is a 42 for a 6. It's a double that will score the runner and hit the left center field. And Oldring now comes up. Now, that would have happened no matter who the pitcher was, so don't think it's because of Gehring and his poor rating. Rube Oldring now. He rolls a 55 for an 8. Now, that's a little bit different. That's a single that scores the runner, and then Oldring caught stealing with Collins up there. So 5-0 the score. 2 away, top of the 8th. Collins rolls a 54 for a 45. That's hit to right field for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Henry Gehring will have him hit for himself. Rolls a 65 for a 35. And next roll is a 21, so it's within the little E range. He hits that one over to short, and it's booted by Nichols. And that brings up Otis Clymer here at the start. And Gehring, interestingly enough, a fast runner. Rolls a 55 for an 8. That's going to be a single, and Gehring goes to third. Clymer then caught trying to steal second because of the little C. 1 out, and here's George McBride. George rolls a 42 for a 23, changed to 36. That's a wild pitch on Vickers, and that will score the run. So Gehring's done it all. It came in because of the injury, and then got on base, went all the way around, scored a run. The result here on McBride, 35 changed to 23, which means it's a swinging bunt in front of the plate. Streckengost has it and throws wildly to first. That's where McBride is. 1 away is all. Bottom of the 8th. Here's Jim Delahanty, rolls a 26 for a 13 and strikes out. That's number 3 for Rube Vickers, and the runner stays on at first. 2 away, and here's Bill Shipka. Bill rolls a 55 for a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball over to Jimmy Collins, who goes on to first, and we go to the top of the 9th. It'll be the catcher, Ossie Streckengost, who had that error in the bottom of the 8th inning that led to the run. And Streckengost rolls an 11 for a 0. And his next roll is a 46 for a 6. It's a double to right center field as he tries to redeem himself. That'll bring up Simon Nichols. No need to bunt. Nichols rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball left field, and Gainley's got it. 1 away. Here's Rube Vickers, the pitcher. He rolls a 15 for a 9, and that's a single through short, and that will score the run, and that makes it 6-1 for Philadelphia. Jimmy Collins comes up next. And he rolls a 41 for a 28. That is a grounder over to McBride, goes to Delahanty, and on to Freeman at first for the twin killing. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. So 6-1 Athletics are comfortably in control, and they're about to be in comfortable control of the American League. Gabby Street rolls a 55 for an 8. That's a single to left center field. That'll bring up Jerry Freeman. Runner on at first, bottom of the 9th. Vickers trying to hold on. Freeman rolls a 53 for a 20, changed to an 18. That'll be an error on the shortstop Nichols. Error number 3 on the Athletics. Street makes it to third. That brings up Clyde Milan. Milan rolls a 33 for a 7, and that's a single to left field. 1 scores, then the trailing runner, Freeman, is thrown out of third base. And so now there's the runner on at first, 6-2 ball game. Bob Gainley up there, and the hits are starting to add up now. Gainley rolls a 15 for an 11. That's a base hit, sends Milan to third, and Gainley moves over to second. And here comes Gehring's spot. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to have him hit for himself, and we probably had him pitch a little bit longer than we should have. It's going to be Ollie Pickering coming in to pinch hit. Infield will be back, 6-2 the score. Rolls a 46 for a 29. That's a comeback over to Vickers. He got lucky with that. Goes on to first, 2 away. Otis Clymer now. And the roll's a 12 for a 24. That's a pop-up over to the left side to third base. Jimmy Collins under it, and he's got that for the out. And there's your ball game. So we were going faster first, slowed down a little bit, but we still got you in under 15. Athletics win this one 2-1 or 6-2. I'm sorry, and advance to 13-8. Senators, of course, in last place at 8-12. And we'll talk with you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.